Hey y'all, Manuel Brett Allen Bennett here. I left Jay in the last video. This is my second video on door-to-door sales instruction. The last video I was going to take you to a door and show you some secrets, but I accidentally touched the wrong thing on the iPad and it stopped the video, so I figured that was a good stopping point. Anyways, I'm going to show you those secrets now. If you recall, when I told you what door-to-doors is nothing but numbers, you have to knock the doors, put yourself in a selling situation. The secrets that I was going to divulge are very, very important because they increase the odds and your percentage of probability and success at least, 100-fold with your efforts. And that's because they really work. They're psychologically based. Basically, there's a door. Let's say we're going to go knock on the door. Everybody has usually a peephole or, an opening in either their door, a glass, or in some windows that they can see through as you're walking up. In retirement neighborhoods, they have nothing else to do. That's my market. Except, a lot of them are nosy old biddies. But they're trying to keep their neighborhood safe too. So you can't blame them for that. However, the secrets are when you're knocking doors, there's a good chance because they're out and about working in their garden around their house. Their friend Margaret lives 4 houses down. And we'll call them before you even get there. Or they see you before you get to their door. So they know you're coming. Now, they're going to believe you're a salesman no matter what. Or a Jehovah's Witness. And, just depends on whether they, how you present yourself and whether they want to answer the door. So, that being said, here's very important psychological-based secrets. When you're walking up to a door, you're walking down the driveway, up the walkway to their door, you have to assume that they're either peeking out of one of these windows or they might be peeking out that door. But you want to assume they're peeking out one of the windows, they see you coming, and they're still deciding on whether they're going to even answer the door based on how you present yourself and, whether they're up to it or not. So if you look scary, they're not going to answer the door and may even call the cops on you. So, not that you're doing anything wrong, however, the cops will come and harass you and just, ruin the momentum of your day. So, you have to assume that they're peeking out the window on the way up. So, when you're walking up to their door to knock, first thing you should do, whether they have the blinds closed, they always have one or two cracked or open, curtain cracked just a little bit because they don't want you to be able to see in, but they want to be able to selectively see out without you seeing in and seeing them, at all times. So you have to assume somebody is peeking through the window. So as you're walking to the door, you look right at that window with the blinds closed and you wave at it and smile. You wave at that little crack that you see open and smile. Why? Because psychologically, they assume that you saw them even though you did not. Same thing with the peephole on the door. Okay? This door doesn't have a peephole, but normally it's just a little tiny peephole, about that big. You knock on the door, you seen cars out in their driveway, you know they're there. They got gardening tools sitting right out in front of their garage they didn't put up yet. They're there. So, before you even knock on a door, or even after you knock on a door, they're going to come to that peephole and they're going to look through, and they're deciding what they see in your appearance as to whether they should open the door or not. And a lot of them err on the side of caution, and especially if they're widows. They God bless them and protect them all and keep them safe, but they feel a lot of insecurity in life because their husbands died. So that being said, very hesitant. They're very hesitant, and the majority of them will opt not to answer the door. Buyers sometimes they won't answer the door because they can't say no. But that's your customers. You don't want the ones that can't say no to not answer the door. So what you do, you knock on the door when you know somebody's home, and you might even hear just like a little on the door when they leaned in to look at out the peephole. So you're not aware whether they're there or not, but normally you'll get an indication because you'll hear a little tap on the door, or you know, they're checking the bolt lock, or you know, you hear that. Just pay attention, little subtle things that you might not even pay attention to until you get good. However, what you do is you look straight at that peephole after you knock the door. You hear one of them little tiny little taps because they leaned up against the door and they didn't notice they made a little tap. Or you've been there, even if you don't hear anything, you've been standing there long enough that somebody should have been at the door already because you ring it. I always ring the doorbell, then I knock. That's another thing. You ring the doorbell, there's a good chance, half the doors, their doorbells don't even work no more. So I ring the doorbell and then I knock. And then I wait. And then if you hear something inside, somebody talking, the TV going on, then you knock one more time real loud. Now, another secret is you stand way back from the door. You have to stand way back from the door. Normally, you see this gate here on this house here? I would normally step out of the gate after I knocked and then wave at the door and stand right there where they could see me, so they feel safe enough to open the door. So that's very important. Never knock a door and stay right here. You're too close. You are too close for them to be comfortable. They will not answer that door. So you knock and you stand way back, give them much space so that they can get a full view of you through that peephole or that glass on the door and decide to open it for you. Now, while they're deciding, they're peeping through that peephole, that glass, or that little cracked blind. So what you have to do then, again, you look straight at that peephole when you know there's enough time that they're there, and you wave at it and smile. That is going to get you open about 40% more doors every day, just waving at the window, the blank window that you can't see anything in. You're not even sure somebody's looking out of it. But you're assuming they are by all the cues around the house, and then you have cues around the house as to whether they're even home. And if you're pretty sure they're home, then that means you're only going to stand there 2-3 minutes after you knock a couple times before somebody's at that peephole deciding whether to open it to you. So what you do is you look straight at that peephole and you smile and you wave. And what that does is, even though you can't see them through that peephole, you don't know technically that they're there. However, psychologically, because of the truth of what I'm telling you, they think, psychologically, they think you saw them because you're waving at them. That's a very important secret to being successful at door-to-door sales. They think you saw them because you looked at that peephole and smiled and waved. So what do? You know how many times I've been sitting there waiting for people to answer the door, and I kind of know they're there, and then I just smile and look and wave at the peephole, and then they open it. Because psychologically, they didn't figure it out. They didn't realize it. I didn't really see them. I don't know they're really there, but I had a good indications. But because I looked them straight in the eye through that peephole, and I looked at that peephole and smiled and waved, like, "Hey, I see you." They're like, "Oh, shucks, he saw me. I got to answer now." That's a secret. It's important. If you're going to be successful, don't take advantage of it. Thanks for signing out today. Emmanuel Brett Allen Bennett, Advanced Sales and Marketing. Thanks for watching.